I saw someone ask a very funny question after the CBN revoked the licenses of several microfinance banks. The person said he's owing one of them, and does this mean he does not have to pay anymore? Beneath that person's comment, other people were saying, Oga, just go give testimony. Omo, your say don't go. Omo, forget about it. And I'm like, where is this mindset coming from? Bro, you still have to pay. The fact that the bank license was revoked does not cancel the loan that bank has already given out. Where is your conscience now? The funny thing is that a lot of people actually think that once a bank loses its license, everything just disappears. I mean, the bank literally goes into thin air. Like, it's not magic now. It doesn't work that way. Now, let me educate you. Let me enlighten you just a bit. When the Central Bank of Nigeria revokes a bank's license, the bank doesn't simply vanish. No, there is still a legal process. Typically, the Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation, called NDIC, don't forget it, NDIC, the Nigeria Deposit Insurance Corporation, yes, steps in as the liquidator, okay? And part of its responsibility is to recover the bank's outstanding loans and then dispose of the bank's assets according to the law. Why is this so, you may ask, you may wonder. This is because the bank already has duties to do, like paying eligible depositors, people who have innocently deposited money in that bank before now, you understand? So the NDIC helps the bank fulfill those obligations, you understand? So if you're owing that bank, your debt does not disappear because the bank license was revoked. No, you still have a legal duty to repay what you borrowed. I mean, now, why don't you want to repay what you borrowed? And if you deliberately refuse to pay, if you deliberately refuse to pay, you watching this video, there are legal recovery processes that can be used against you in the court of law. Why would you not even want to pay? Why would you deliberately refuse to pay? Even if you don't fear the law, fear God now. Have conscience. I know some people will still say, I will not pay. What if I refuse to pay? What is going to happen? Oh, well, that's why you get it wrong. Let me tell you the way the system works. And let me explain it to you as though I'm explaining to a very, very little child. When you borrowed that money, you did not just collect cash and disappear. No, your loan was linked to your BVN. Now, think of your BVN as one key that opens all your bank accounts in Nigeria. So even if you stop using the account where you collected the loan and move your money to another bank, your BVN still connects those accounts. Do you get it? That's why I said you should think about your BVN as a key. And this is where something called Ikweji. What is this? Ikweguru. Osalopalao. This is where something called what's that thing? Yes, GSI. GSI is called Global Standing Instruction. This is where Global Standing Instruction comes in. So in simple English, GSI allows a participating lender where the loan qualifies and then legal conditions are met to recover money you owe from other banks' accounts linked to your BVN. So imagine you borrowed money from Bank A and you stop using that account because you think you've outsmarted them. Then you now start keeping money in Bank B or Bank C or Bank D or Bank E down to Bank Z. If GSI applies to your loan, once money enters those accounts, the lender can recover the amount you owe according to the rules. So changing banks does not automatically make the debt disappear. Your gbese is still there and you pay it. And in the case of a microfinance bank whose license has been revoked, the people handling the bank the people handling the bank affairs we still try to recover outstanding loans because that money it forms part of the assets used to settle the bank duties. The bank still have people that have deposited there now that they will still pay. So if you are owing any of those microfinance bank, don't start jubilating, don't celebrate because the bank lost its license. Your gbese is still there. If you borrow the money, you pay, you still have to pay and you must pay it back. Dear Nigerians, anyway, I hope you learned something in this video. It's 2:37. Bye. Happy Friday. TGIF rather.